Okay, so here I am with First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin in the First Alert Weather Center. Luckily, we don't have to worry about snow, but the timing of that rain you're talking about?
Yeah, rain timing not the best, and that's what we're going to be fine-tuning the First Alert Weather team. Exact timing. When does it start? When does it end? That's crucial for the plans, right? What we do know, what we're certain of, rain and even a few thunderstorms will spread into North Georgia as early as the wee hours of Thanksgiving morning, First Alert Weather Day. If you do have plans, and so many people do around the metro Thursday, make sure you're keeping a closer eye on the forecast. Rain, thunder could slow down the trip to your grandma's house or the cooking preparation or anything like that. So just keep an eye on Thanksgiving Thursday. We'll walk you hour by hour here in just a moment. It's kind of ironic. Days leading up to Thanksgiving, it is as quiet as it can get across the southeast. Storm system number 1 across the Rockies, number 2 along the west coast. Active weather patterns certainly taking shape across much of America, though right here back home, we're quiet. This is a live look at north end of Midtown, looking up 85 towards Georgia 400. Again, a very still evening, much cooler than it was. 70 this afternoon, your high temperature. 61 right now, the lightest of a breeze. No wind gust was registered at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. So with a clear sky, light winds once again, temperatures are going to continue to tumble, waking up to mid-40s in Atlanta tomorrow morning at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. 42 in Helen, 41 Athens, 41 Covington. Now, there could be a couple of spots in here briefly below 40 degrees. Most of us, though, in the 40s, and that is warmer than we were this morning. If you're not lucky, you don't have your Monday before Thanksgiving off, good news. The drive into work, not bad. Lots of clouds that were dry. Green light, make sure you have the heat on. Make sure you're wearing that jacket. And then we're shedding the layers as we get into the afternoon. Your average high temperature is 61 in Atlanta tomorrow. We're going 72, and we may need to bump that up. Forecast models have been struggling with just how warm we have been getting after that cold snap we're coming out of. 72 in Thomaston, 65 LJ. 70 in Helen, and we will start around that time, middle of tomorrow afternoon. It's a mix of sun and clouds, still dry. As we get into Monday evening, watch to the north and west of Atlanta. Showers and thunderstorms moving in. This is ahead of a cold front, and it could move through wee hours of Tuesday morning. No real, strong thunderstorm risk with this, but could be some rumble, some brief heavy rain, especially between maybe 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., looking like by 7 a.m. as folks are really starting to get up and at them and really going about their Tuesday. We're going to be drying out. We're back to sunshine by Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday, a break between our two fronts. Lots of clouds, cool. It'll be a little breezy out there. And then Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, First Alert Weather Day, rain moving in from the west. Again, latest timeline here. And this is probably the best case scenario. We're going to show that to you here first. Rain starts to move in the wee hours of Thanksgiving morning, but by 2 p.m., it's already well south of us, and we're drying out for the rest of Thanksgiving afternoon and evening. Again, that's the best case scenario. There are wetter and stormier scenarios, a possibility worth keeping an eye on. A reminder, lunch looks to be most impacted, but we could have some wet weather linger into the evening hours. So just keep an eye on the First Alert Weather app. We'll be fine-tuning that forecast over the next few days. Then much, much colder Black Friday into this weekend.